How how long before we're all going to notice this effect on the court system? Because it just sounds like it's getting ready to really mess up.
Courts are pretty resilient animals, so to speak, and I think they're going to service the public for as long as they can. Where you're going to see a lot of drawbacks are on not necessarily the judges and not necessarily the U.S. Attorney's Office. It's going to be more on clerks, probation department, that type of thing. Some of your mental health services that are sort of tied to the courts. That's where you're really going to sort of lag. And the longer it goes, the more damage, if you will be done.
So are they the courts right now are still just operating as is, or are those folks not? I mean, they're not being paid, right? Or currently?
No, nobody's getting paid, and so kind of they did have some money that was sort of set aside, and they've exhausted all of that, so they're beginning to furlough certain folks. Courts have to take priority or give priority, if you will, to things that are sort of constitutional in nature, and it's the obvious stuff, right? It is if you're the FBI and you need a search warrant signed because somebody is trafficking children, right? You're that's going to happen, right? You're going to find, there's a judge who will do that and take care of that for you. If you have an inmate who you can't just take people prisoner and then shut the courts down for 8 months. We'll get to you in April. We know you're innocent until proven guilty, but you get it. We're out of money. That's not really going to work. So your criminal cases are going to get a lot of statutory preference there. If you have an intellectual property dispute where you deserve to be paid millions and billions of dollars for whatever widget you came up with from Apple, well, you might not get a hearing anytime soon. That's right. That's where you're going to see some of that. That's where you're going to see a lot of those drawbacks. And again, it's not going to be the frontline people. I mean, Sam Alito is probably going to read your brief, whether he's getting a check or not. I'm just guessing. I don't know the man, but I don't know that he'll say, no, my check, I didn't get my check. So no, I'm not. Okay. But there's a lot of other folks out there who, if you're a clerk, right, the clerks are the ones who keep the record.
If you have a document that needs to be filed and you send it off to the clerk, you might not find anybody home. And that's part of the system, too.
Jeremy Rosenthal is our guest. And, yeah, Jeremy, I started to ask you about that as far as backlogging some of these cases go. I mean, it makes sense what you're talking about. The stuff that doesn't have to get done is not going to get done until whenever, right?
That's right. And to your point with everything else, slowly but surely, if and when it grinds to a halt, it may not, you won't notice it until you notice it.
All right. With that, Jeremy, it's always fascinating, buddy. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right. Bearcats Raiders. Let's do it.
All right.
That'd be fun.
And we'll take that bet.
Yeah, all right.
See you, buddy.